If your games don't have any attacking ideas in them, watch this video. You will be attacking like crazy, guys. This technique, this one thinking system is free ELO. I am a feeder master and this has helped me 100%. So if you just copy this, your ratings are going to be going through the roof, guys. I won't even waste any more time. Let's get right into this video. Just take notes, guys. Let's go. This thinking system is broken, guys. Like, if you're an aggressive player, just try this. I'm gonna be giving you like the actual like layout first, and then just demonstrating it after, just to give you guys more like details on like what exactly am I talking about. Because everybody hears a lot of stuff on YouTube, but the information is so crowded, nobody knows like what to do. Like, why is this good? Why is this bad? The first thing with attacking chess is that you need center control. I am a 2700 rated player on chess.com. A low elo student is doing this, and like the chess play is absolutely incredible. You need center control because one, the person who has center control has control over the game. If you can control the center with pawns, guys, just do it. Like here we had knight f3, knight c3, and pawn to d4. White is controlling all of these squares, guys, with pawns. Ensure that if you get a chance to occupy the center with pawns, and you can just like hold on to those squares, do it. You're going to be seeing in this game what happens when you have center control. How easy it is to just outplay your opponents. This was a very short game, by the way. Now at bishop to b4, bishop to d3. White is developing his pieces. The thinking system, center control. If you get a chance to do it, do it. The second one is that you actually need to point pieces in the direction of your opponent's king. All right. The more pieces you basically can like get in like an area, the better. A lot of persons just put like their pieces to random squares and then like tries to hope that something happens. You need to understand coordination. Like find like a focus point and then put all your pieces there. And third is that whenever you're attacking, ensure that you have more attackers than your opponents have defenders. We're going to be seeing this in full effect. Right now, black played knight f6, and you're seeing that it's book or whatever not. We're talking about chess understanding. We had pawn to e5 here, guys. Knight to d5. And what is white doing? White is kicking pieces away from this king side because that is going to be the focus point for all of white's pieces. Black's pieces are on the queen side taking vacation. White, on the other hand, is finding the focus point for his pieces along this side. And for all the persons wondering, no, this is not a Greek gift video. This is, look, you just need the attacking concepts, guys. We had no bishop to d2, takes, and bishop to e7. Which brings us to our third thing in the thinking system. That we need to have more attackers than defenders. White just castled. And black did, oh my, oh yeah, no, I can't show you the horrors yet. No, that's horror, guys. That's horror. That's not even the final position, but that's horror, guys. Look at this. He had e5, bishop to d7. Oh my, no, we cannot see the horrors yet. Black castled. And to show you the fate of black right now, black did the same thing, but it's a blunder. Like white is better. If you look to the left side of the screen here, it's 1.0. But white, you're going to be learning about all of that right now. I cannot believe this just jumped to the end or somewhat of a position. To show you, like it's cooked. We know how to, you know what, as a matter of fact, I won't even spoil it for you. So what would you play as white in this position? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible attackers on that king side, while white only has 3. 3 defenders. This is the green light. We have 2 more attackers than our opponents have defenders. This is the green light, guys. There's a possibility of an attack. And this move, pawn to h4, sends black into the absolute... It's a forest, guys. I can't even explain to you how bad this is. Like, we had no pawn to h4, and the attack is on its way. you're gonna be, again, even if you can actually just copy this in one of your games, just the ideas in general, your ratings are gonna be going through the roof. Black took this. And after knight takes, queen takes, black is up a clean clear pawn. One whole pawn, but the game is done. But I want you guys to switch your mindset to understand how aggressive players look at chess. I don't care about that pawn. Why? Because I know that pieces do the attacking. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces against 1, 2. This move, rook to e1. What is this doing? We now had pawn to d6, and now we had rook to e3. This is now threatening rook to h3. If you haven't taken out your pen and papers yet, this is your chance. How can black defend himself if he has no pieces? Remember, whenever you're attacking somebody, utilize your pieces. Whenever you're defending, you need pieces as well. Alright? There is no counter attack, nothing. Another thing is that the center is under our control. There is no counter attack for black anywhere. It's just sit and suffer. If black does nothing like pawn takes e5, then we're going to have rook to h3. And as you can see, rook to h7 here, rook to h3, bishop takes f7, just showing you like a small variation, by the way. Bishop takes h7, and like, you're losing pieces. The king is going to be forced to go to h8, and then bad stuff's happen, which, you know, the end part was revealed before. I want to show you more, just for you to get the understanding of these kinds of ideas. Alright? So just showing you, like, again, takes, and then after the king moves, you move your bishop back. That's actually going to end up in checkmate, by the way. Could just show you. Let's say you move this, then you sacrifice the rook. It's crazy stuff, guys. Whether you're a beginner, whether you're a chess master, whether you're just an advanced player, these kinds of techniques are forbidden. It has to be forbidden, guys. By us having so many pieces around the king, bad stuff's happen. So guess what? Black can't take that pawn. He has to respond to us. And if he plays pawn to g, let's say that he's like a very professional player and he's like, all right, he wants to do this. I mean, I have eyes, I can see this, and tries g6. Now what happens? Remember, pawns create weaknesses. So whenever you're pushing pawns around your king, you're not defending the king. You're creating more weaknesses, more places for our pieces. Like right now, white is threatening just to put his bishop on g5. And as you can see, all the squares are lighting up around the king. Who cares about pawns when you're getting checkmated? Like, we're having literally every single piece pointing in that direction. And that's how I want you guys to look at chess. Active versus passive pieces. More attackers than defenders. Well, we had h6. Rook to h3. This game wasn't even close. Queen back to e7, and you could take this as like a bonus note when to sacrifice in chess. Like, you need to actually calculate. Whenever you have a lot of pieces pointing at your opponent's king, a lot of sacrificial ideas come in handy. Bishop takes h6. It's crazy, guys. It's absolutely crazy. Black takes, look at this. We have 1, 2, 3 pieces. And remember, when I'm talking about defenders of the king, it's supposed to be able to like block. It's supposed to be able to actually step in front of the king, like actually assist in the defending. Right now, black doesn't have any defenders whatsoever. They have potential defenders, which is why you would try to like utilize your f-pawns and stuff, but currently there is nothing. Rook to g3, queen to h5. Game is done, guys. How is black stopping queen takes h6? He can't. There is no, like, we have f5 trying to block this. Q takes h6. Queen to h7. Only move, by the way, this rook is covering that. This queen is covering this. Queen blocks. Queen takes rook. Only move this, and queen takes queen. This is it. I'm going to take a step back. All of this is just because of the thinking system. Black did not control the center. Whenever you get the chance, guys, control the center. Center control is super important. Also, you need to understand coordination. Find the focus point. If you're attacking, look at the direction of where your opponent's king is going to go. Find the focus point, put all your pieces there. And the third, again, you saw that like the pieces were now removed from the defense. Make sure that you have more attackers than defenders. And things are going to be as smooth as possible, guys. Implement this, like, share, and subscribe, and see you again another time, guys. Crush your opponents. If you're interested in 1v1 sessions, then you could book through my website. The link is going to be in my description and also pinned in my comments. RaheemGlaveschess.com.